Jan Jorgensen. She comes to us from Olympia, and she has been a universal messenger and is a facilitator of workshops, circles, and networking for planetary upliftment. She's an educator, healer, TV and radio host, former singer, author. Jan bridges science and spirit in practical, relatable processes. She will lead us in a 3-step light process that gives us the reins to our reality and experience here. You can be the maestro of your beautiful life, she tells us. So with that, welcome, Jan. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Ava. Thank you. And isn't it a miracle that we can be here together in the physical realm and in Zoom? The talk today is officially Be the Light. We can take out the be light, but we can blend it down to one word, and it's vibration. Each of us is lifting our vibration. And we know that we were born, we know, because I call her Judith Jesus, has very beautifully helped us understand that we were born pure divine light. And then we took on some layers, human personality in the journey. We'll talk about that later. But in this hour, I am going to teach you a magic tool. Halloween. I am going to teach you what I have put together over studying intentional consciousness, vibration, music, singing for 6 years at the hospice bedside, learning to go into the field beyond fear. And I said, if I can help humans release fear of dying, can I help them release the fear of living? So it's a vibrational code. There are simple processes. And actually, as a nurse, a public health nurse, and the different studies I've done, I've learned that it's simple physics, and we just were never taught the tools. We would go to church and have a dispensation and say our sins and this many Hail Marys. But what if they taught us our own spiritual internal GPS system to simply open that hourglass that has been kept so tight that we are separate? We are separate from the divinity that has always been available to us. What if we open that up with our intention and we are bathed with divine light? That's what we're going to do in the next hour. So I'm watching the clock, because if we get the tools in and I feel everybody's settled with it, my spirit guide said, Jan, you can go and sing for each person present a beautiful angelic message. So let's begin today with vibration. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We still our human thoughts. We put all of our cares at the front door. We take our attention to our heart as we create this container together in community now. A nice deep breath, and I'd like to see who is here with us today. I've led a lot of groups with kindergartners and seniors, and this is the thing that brings us all together, because I know The human tendency is to sit back and wait and trust and see if we're going to buy in. But the minute we do this exercise, we will all be connected. No spectator sport when we're doing vibration. And I can feel all of you are saying, what? What you guys supposed to do? It's very simple. I'm going to say my name and you're going to say my name back to me. Jan. Jan. You got it. You're good. So we are going to say our names and you'll see how it feels. See how it feels the before and after of stating your name.
Glenn.
Glenn. Do you feel welcomed? Do you feel settled, anchored in the group? Yes.
Josie.
Josie. Judith. Our sound man behind the curtain, Wizard of Oz.
Bill.
Bill.
Will.
Vickie. Sandra. Renee. Rose. In the back. BA. Right here. Rita.
Star.
Eva. I wish the Zoom friends could see their bright faces. And you felt like children saying, I'm in. I said my name. They said my name back. So everyone on Zoom, we're in the quantum creational field. We want everyone on the count of 3 to say their name. And we will we'll say back, we love you. Okay? Ready? The 3rd ring.
Jane.
We love you. So, when I talk about vibration, it's not a mental thing. We need to feel it. We need to feel the divine vibration and feel it and live it and embody it. So I'm going to give you a very simple, I call it the 3-point be the light process. Why? Everybody loves something simple. They say 3 minutes maximum for YouTube these days, short attention. And now I think it's more like 30 seconds. So a 3-point be the light process. In the years that I was actually removed from the movie of my previous life, as I mentioned, I was a nurse. And I got melanoma on my shoulder. And I never thought I'd be in this position, but I knew that it could be deadly. So I immediately, I think this sometimes why we have physical issues, I immediately looked up and began bargaining. I said, if I live beyond, to me it was 6 weeks, 6 months for melanoma. If I live, I promise every day I will devote myself to the mission that I signed up for with you. But it had been veiled. I had gone into a materialistic life. So I began asking what the state of grace was when I sang at the hospice bedside. And that took me into studying music for healing, Pythagoras, working with sound healers. And in short order, it felt, I left my marriage. My previous husband said, your mom was smart. It was the best divorce ever, and he's married the woman of his dreams. So I lifted myself and began studying vibration, and it truly is the path home. So I'll be checking my notes occasionally because I can go off on stories and tangents that are very exciting. But I guess I'll start by saying, you are light. You are light. And many of us are here as part of a transition, reattunement, realigning team for Earth right now. Chances are you felt when you were little that you were slightly different. Maybe your assignment was different. You were an empath and you kind of felt, well, gee, my parents are kind of wonky and my teachers are wonky. And you had this truth, this undeniable vibrational truth that kept trying to find a peaceful landing place with other people and in the world. Raise your hand if you felt, yeah, pretty much 1000% right here. So that is why we are joining together now with like-minded souls on Zooms, because coming together, there is a strengthening, a coalescence, a confirming, and a vibrational expansion when we are present together, asking to be the circuit board of more light on earth. As I see it, the divine plan, many people have many words for it, but it's the realization of a new milieu, a new beneficial, benevolent, energetic form on earth, guiding all social systems, education, sustainable initiatives. And it becomes possible only if each of you, all of our friends on Zoom, and the rest of what I call the team, who were born here and essentially we're kind of visitors here. We have a different vibrational makeup. We can talk to spirit. We do know what is right, but over time we have felt somewhat contracted, which is normal in a fear-based society. But now the energies coming into earth and the stair-stepped acceleration of the divine plan require for you to stand on your node. You've done the growing, and now it's time for the glowing. It is time to be that light that you are and to hold the resonance of your divine truth. And just as I learned and understood the fear of human dying, I've now applied it to removing the fear of living. And now I'm specifically working on removing the fear of speaking our truth. As we take our places on our node of light, and you contracted out here with the Creator to come in, take the pill of forgetting, but we together in family are helping each other wake up and remember what we promised to do, to take our place on our nodes of light. And to be honest with you, I won't rest until I know that I have showed up in every place to bring the frequencies through myself by opening up. This is what I learned in hospice, and to use my voice as a bath of grace. Now, I don't make this stuff up. I'm science-based. I was a nurse, and I said, I feel this stuff, but I need proof. I used to go get electric aura imaging of my body in every state. I even have a video, you probably saw it, where I went into a vibrational state. When you go in a vibrational state over 132 hertz, you actually poke your head into an interdimensional place of a higher vibration. So I said, I want to see what my voice does when I use my vibrational tools, which I'm going to learn. I'm going to teach them to you in a minute. It's very simple. It's only 3 steps. But I had an auric imaging, very high speed imaging, show me singing in that state. Pure gold. It was pure gold. And what I should have done was film the audience and to see how that gold was going into their body. But I know I only like to hear singers who have gotten into a divine state because I relax, I let go. Through sympathetic resonance, each of you, when you listen to Judith Jesus, you entrain with Jesus's vibration. You are lifted through physics. We are lifted by higher vibrations. When I learned that, I said, if I go into a higher state and I speak or sing, people can remove some of the density, the stories, the trauma, and for that moment, be in their safe space of light. That's why I only listen to singers who don't sing through their trauma body, because that broadcasts out. I feel, oh my God, their mom was mean. Ooh. Even if we can't consciously know, it is very important to know that you are in training, becoming one with the people that you hang out with. Everywhere you go, every music, everything you listen to. So I have an answer for that. The 3-point Be the Light process. So the 3-point Be the Light process protects your energy field from lower vibrations, even from your own partner. If my partner starts sounding like ER, oh, that's not going to work out very well. You know, the old, based on the old, and I say, you just watch. I found a way for it to bounce off, and I can hold my positivity. It's very simple. And then I said, well, what if I want to open this up? Source is the mysterious source of everything, every vibration in the world. Truth, beauty, love, goodness, omniscience, omnipotence, omniscience. I always forget one of the O's because they're so hard to say. But this stream of potentials and possibilities of vibration. Each truth has a specific vibration and color. Compassion. And so I've learned to simply open it up and ask for a specific thing that I need in that moment that will be the antidote of me not trusting or not really hitting that truth. So the Be the Light process, again, you're saying, oh, come on, get on with it. But I love to do the buy-in because then people feel it. So every process that I do with groups, voice release, removing fear, any processes, even with 1,000 people or the different things I do, and every Wednesday, I do a free Zoom gathering for everyone to come and practice the Be the Light. And we choose a problem du jour. And everyone on the call says, how did you know that was my issue this week? And I said, because we're all connected. And because I simply opened up and asked what needed to come through. So you can become a conduit for light all the time. And you don't have to speak or sing. Your presence itself is the circuit board. Have you ever met someone who their eyes radiate light? And then they open their mouth. Oh my goodness. You want to be bathed by their voice. And then they sing. That's how I feel with this BA. Did I say that right? I mean, when BA opens his heart to sing, the heavens are just bringing through. And I wish I could just see the myriad of colors in dancing joy. But I feel it. I feel bathed in your light and your willingness to open your mighty toolkit of creative skills and gifts for us all the time. Thank you. So I've used 2 tools. Spirit shows me what to bring. And for some of you, Spirit said, you got to take this. Well, I'll tell you why, because we can't be too serious. Now, the other thing is, we have attributed, we're so judgmental. We think that only, well, I'll show you. We think that the women and other ancestry time who could heal and work with herbs and bring through divine light. We know how that ended up. We know where Jesus ended up. But somehow we have this judgment that a person who brings light has to look or be a certain way. No. Every human being, every ant, every living thing was born with the divine core. And just somehow Earth got off with all of this fear-based stuff. And it's like we're wearing these heavy old clothes with muck. Okay, so now before we end up with just 5 minutes left, we're going to do the process. Okay, so the Be the Light process, it's very simple. Actually, it takes about 10 minutes. And it always begins with, I already gave you a little hint. So let's run through it together the first time. And then we'll do it a little bit deeper. And each of you will make, and this is the operational word, it's the reins, it's the thing that guides everything. Can someone guess what that word is? We will each make an intention. Without intention, purposeless, pointless, goalless. By making an intention, spirit, all your spirit guides, everything goes into motion to assist and support the vibrational. It's like a bowling ball and saying, oh, well, I'm not sure what I want. Well, you're never going to hit a strike. In fact, you might bang up everybody else by throwing the big. Our thoughts are so powerful. They create or miscreate all the time. So I am sure when I say I'm going to get and want to eat a chocolate, that's exactly what I do. And I just do that strike and I'm so happy. I say that because I have a beautiful box of dark chocolates here for everyone when we're finished as a thank you for me. Well, what I'm saying is intention. I make an intention. I like chocolate. I go to the store, I buy it. Be aware of your intentions. In a few moments, your intentions are going to be on steroids, because when we open up and we use our words, these are the operational words, the fuel for the 3-point Be the Light process. I ask and intend. I ask and I intend. Nothing can happen on earth in this realm without a human engaging their will. You didn't see an archangel walking in here. You didn't see anything happening. We must engage our human will. Earth was created as an experiment for free will. The original experiment was the creator thought, how many ways can humans experience and create love, beauty, orchestras, music? But there was a little shift in some geometry, some little blah, 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 and things got off kilter vibrationally. Each of you mastering this technique, and you can learn it. You really can learn it in 10 minutes. Using it every morning and every evening is a purification. So first, the first step is, and I'll explain as we go through the steps, is take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. This is the crucial position for you to remove everyone else's projections and thoughts and ideas, media, everything. If I can get your attention right up here for a moment, the universe is a fused, moving, geometrical, mathematical structure. There is a beautiful grid of all that is connected by 0 points. So this is your body, very simply, placed into a geometric structure. So go ahead and imagine there's a point up, a point down. It's basically a pyramid. So it's 4-sided. So it's an octahedron. Okay. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We imagine that we are in this beautiful, beautiful octahedron. We are separating ourselves from other people's energy. So we simply say, I ask and intend that everyone else's energy is removed from my sacred space now. And because you have asked for that, notice you can breathe a little bit deeper. There's a sense of embodiment because you're out of your head and you are in what is so important, the undefended state. The new world is the milieu of being in the undefended state. Nothing can come in here unless you allow it, unless you invite, unless your discernment meter is broken for a moment. We hold our sovereign, pure, true vibration. That way, we can show up authentically as whole beings in our own consciousness. People use different words. They say, oh, you're tagged in with someone else, corded. But sometimes you could just tell how much influence or stress that we get from other. No, we are stronger and clearer. And this is a new idea. We can be more co-interdependent with other whole authentic beings. I can actually show you your vibrational profile and where the imbalances are on a program that I have called the Voice Bio. Shows me your emotional and physical imbalances. And by and large, it's because you are allowing the outer vibrational world to come in and co-opt, and you are rebalancing yourself unconsciously, causing health and emotional issues. So this is the first step towards wholeness and wellness. And in a little bit, we're going to open this up, this aperture, and let in light for new creations. But this is very important to see and understand, okay? And because it's new, we're going to go through those two steps again. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. When you've done this 1,000 times like me, I immediately go into a languorous space of letting go of the outside world. So we ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place ourselves into this beautiful geometric form. We release everyone and everything else from our own energetic field. We begin to still our thoughts, which are based in the past and are ego-based, story-based. And we allow ourselves to place our consciousness, who we really are, in our heart. And notice that you're still here, you're still awake, you're still safe. We ask and intend that you feel completely safe and stable in your physical body. But in this moment, you are residing in the larger you. And just to settle into that, I'm going to do a little bit of sounding for vibration to assist and support this process. You are residing in your heart. In this moment, we call on your spirit guides, the beings of light, the great teachers, Christ, Buddha. Each of you resonate with a specific lineage, and they, though disembodied, are very high vibrational consciousnesses, and through the law of physics, you are in training with them And in your beautiful octahedron, you are allowing yourself to vibrate higher and higher, safely and calmly than ever before. Notice how safe it feels, and your lungs can expand. And we're only halfway through this process now. We ask and intend that the Creator, who has been listening in omnipresent ears, you might say, that we are seeking to feel the vibration of Source. And so now, without even intending exactly which vibration, our intention is the Creator knows exactly what we need. It has been forming a beautiful vibrational essence ball of light, specific for each of us, because we are unique. Not one soul or body has the same vibrational field. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth, and imagine that hourglass figure 8 over the top of your crown chakra is very gently beginning to vibrate and open up like an aperture. And as it opens up, this beautiful ball of light dispensed from Source just for you, holding sparkling ribbons of light, specific for your energy system to reharmonize, release, rejuvenate, heal, awaken. Source knows. So this ball of light is sitting right over this opening, right over your crown chakra. And now it is open, open, open. And this ball of light, very gently on your next breath, is beginning to shimmy down and be absorbed through the top of your head beautifully. This energy feels familiar and refreshing all at the same time. As it seeps into your tissues and your eyes, all tension is released. We ask that our neurological system is calmed, rebooted, and reattuned to the new vibration coming to the planet that is trusting and open to spiritual guidance, to well-being, effortlessness. Take a deep breath and welcome this energy now down into your neck and your throat and into your shoulders. Let it be the balm that melts away the yoke of shoulds that were never yours to begin with. Let it go. Old stories, refresh. Let the heaviness go. And on your next breath, imagine that your heart is a sponge, and in this state of receivership, this beautiful, feminine, open state, imagine that your heart is asking for and now receiving a bath of these bubbly frequencies. Breathe it in and let it circulate through your body. In truth, your heart is the Holy Grail to receive your divine light. And this divine light circulating through you in mysterious, magical, etheric, and physical ways is re-articulating all of your systems now, so that you can be the light fully, deeply, profoundly, permanently. We ask and intend that if you choose to become this permanent lighthouse, simply ask in your heart now. Almost as if there is a refreshing rain washing away all the old. Diamond-like drops of light, bathing each cell. Letting this energy go down through your legs and out the bottom of your feet into the new earth grid, connecting with all other beings and circuit boards and feeling the strength, the synchronicity, and the timing of this incarnation and this moment and moments to come of expanding the light on earth. Blessed be this energy. Come up through the bottom of your feet now, through your body, and allow the energies of the earth coming up through your feet, and the energies coming down from heaven. There's an alchemy of pure light occurring in your heart, so that you are spiritualizing matter, and the matter is you. Feel the tingling in your fingers and toes. This is the light that you can emanate from this moment forward simply by asking and intending. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And send this energy from your heart back up to the Creator and say in your heart, yes, I am connected, I am accounted for, I am standing on my node of light for the new earth experience for humans who so ask and intend or choose to live in an undefended state of grace and unconditional love. So I'm going to ask you to open your eyes. Often in these meditative states, we're hesitant to come back. It's like a slumber party where you want to stay there and you don't want to go back to your family because slumber party is much more fun. But we are learning to hold these states in real life, in the tough conversations. And while you're coming back, I'm going to tell you a little story. Sometimes our light gets dissipated. It was after my divorce. I was hot. I hate being hot. I was camping next to a stream in a tent, and I said, am I done? Can you take me home? I want to be done. And I never had this experience, but I asked. And I asked probably more than once that day. It's laying there in my tent. And suddenly that part of myself, which felt like myself, but wasn't my body, went, and up there I was in heaven. I asked for it. I knew I wasn't dead, but there were these divine beings, just like the Wizard of Oz. They said, Jan, we know it's hard down there, but your main work is barely started. The team is assembling. I said, but it's so hard down there. And they said, well, okay, we're here and you're one of us. I said, well, I guess so, because I asked to come home. And they said, can you know things? Can you reorchestrate reality? Can you move things around by high vibration? And yes. We want you to go back in your tent. I said, no, I don't want to. But I've learned I have to say yes, because the best lesson is there. So I went back in my tent. They said, open your eyes, just as I asked you to open your eyes. They said, you are here. You are the ground team. But we want you to know, can you still hear us? I said, yes, I can still hear everything. They said, do you still feel like you're up here now, all the same gifts? I said, yes, but my eyes were open. I'm in the tent. They said, only in your limited perception were you ever separate. In other words, we're connected all the time. Each of you has a place out there. If you're a visitor here for this team, you said yes to be here, to be a circuit board for the light. And so I'm a cheerleader. Every time I come and I do the Be the Light, I say, come on, team, get the light. We're connecting. Da, da, da. And I'm so happy. I actually am not doing the big lifting, starting the new initiatives or doing. I love being a cheerleader. So what is your node? What is your node? I'm here to help you decide what makes you happy. So we will go through the Be the Light process again, but I'm going to give you a hint now of your part if you haven't figured it out yet. Before we came in, we contracted something. And I'll tell you that it's physics, it's mathematical. There are 70 steps to becoming an enlightened being. There are 7 divine principles to master. Truth, beauty, love, goodness, there's the O ones, omniscience, omnipresence, and omnipotence. Did I already say that? Did I say that already? Okay. So, and there are 10 distinct steps to each of that. 70 steps to pop your head through and to stay there, to be Christ, to be Buddha, to be the light. How do you know what your peace is? And any great guru, anybody or guide say, do what you love. So this percentage, think about it this way. You're contracting with spirit guides and source. I'm going in again. I'm going to be born. And I've already mastered truth, beauty, love in this lifetime. But you know what? Other lifetimes, I really was a scoundrel about the truth. So you play different parts. That's why you can't be mad at anybody. This lifetime, I'm 80% truth. I can only speak truth. I had a disabled daughter, and I would speak truth to that attorney. Speak truth, speak truth, speak truth. And I'd say, I am speaking truth. So it makes me happy to speak truth. It makes me very happy. So I find ways, unity churches, they let you speak truth. I don't have to hold back at a unity church. Catholic church, yes. Different churches. So you just change the wording because let's face it, there's absolute truth. Absolutely. So I'm going to say these words again and think to yourself, which one am I really working on? No, I'm working on truth and beauty. Everything has to be just so and beautiful. That's my hat. Had to put a pumpkin on it. So, because it brings me joy. These are divine principles, okay? Truth. Feel into that. Is that your piece of the puzzle? Beauty. Love. That's the highest vibration. Goodness. Goodness is kindness, caring, showing up for people, listening. Then there is omniscience, knowing everything. Then you know how to go into that fabric of the grid, access those 0 points of communication and travel. That's not 101, be the light. That's the 10 J. That's another class. But it's all there. Omniscience. There is simple steps for every stage in enlightenment when you're ready. And it will be brought to you in your journey, in your way, by your spiritual guides when you do what? Ask and intend. I need to finish more O's, but I'm nervous. Omnipotence. Are you here to learn for your thoughts and your voice to be powerful and to raise up your vibration so that this density becomes malleable? A lot of rules go with that. Good for none, harm to none, no show off. And omnipresence, to be everywhere at once, which again is just accessing that grid and sending out your vibrational cords, being one with all of it. So I found when I started my spiritual path, I was going into these states and I'd say, well, what is that? What is that? And I would ask and intend for the next teacher to appear to help and show me. And there it was, just like serendipity. The guides are waiting. There's that movie with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan. I think it's called Angels. There are legions of angels just sitting there twiddling their thumbs on the LA over the freeway saying, why don't they ask? Ask and intend. So the reason the Be the Light works so powerfully is because you've stopped all the chatter, all the talk. You've gone into this sacred space. And I'd have to say, a lot of gurus in different religions stop there. Oh, because you're calm, you've stilled your mind. But no, you're here as a change agent. You take those reins, you open that up, and you bring in the energy, and you are asking to subtract something that is the old you that no longer is working for your highest good in the world, or to bring something in. So now we're going to do the meditation, and I hope all of you have thought of a personal intention. Raise your hand if you've thought of a personal intention. Okay, good. And you don't have to say it because your spirit guides and everyone else has heard it. Okay, so let's see. This is the magic. Okay. So we're going to release all this thinking, and now we're going to go into being. Take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. I see all of your geometric structures being erected. Now, we remove everyone else's energy from our own personal energy field. We are only responsible for our energetic field. We call in our spirit guides, the beings of light, and of course the Creator is always listening in. We ask and intend for a personal shift for each of us. Hold that intention in your heart on a golden plate, and in your mind, repeat with me. I ask and intend to release. Oh, you can do it in your mind if you want for privacy. I ask and intend to release, fill in the blank. Just fill in that blank. Beautiful. Feel in your energetic field where this was a story, a silhouette, a signature that served you at one point. And now it's become like a clothespin, kind of constricting and closing off the full blossoming of your light body. Simply open up your crown chakra and ask that the Creator give the mitigating vibration. And that's absolutely true. There is a vibrational, just like they can go in with kidney stones and break it up. It's exactly a laser sharp intention. Allow your heart to hold this old grievance, issue, emotional conundrum, attachment, and offer it up as the Creator's benevolence and pure light is pouring down from source. And it is coming and forming this ball of light over the top of your head. And you have opened up the aperture. And all you have to do without understanding the mechanics is allow this balm of light essence to bathe your entire system now. All of the old triggers, assumptions, expectations, and states related to this are being reharmonized into sparkly light and leaving your system now. Take a deep breath through your nose and release it on your next breath. Ah. Like a bright, fresh wind of new energy. So what is the vibration that you would like to bring in to replace it in your mind? Make your intention now. I ask and intend to bring in a new vibration. And in your heart, state that vibration, be it peace, love, compassion. It is yours. Simply state it and open your heart and allow this bath of light that dials in. It is a mysterious, God-given algorithm of vibrations, and let it come in and settle into your heart and let it wiggle in and let it, through your invitation, excite and activate a new vibrational profile that is integrating and stabilizing new forms of being within yourself. Beautiful. Breathe it in. Let it go through your arms, your neck, your toes, and your legs. Excellent. And it was effortless. All you had to do was ask and intend and use your tool. Grab the reins of the Be the Light process. Take another deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And while we're in this state, I did promise, and I learned as a mother, better fulfill those promises. I'm going to come around and sing specific little messages. And this will also give resting time for everyone else and integration time for all of this to settle in to all of your systems. So I'm picking just the right instruments to come around. Something's very stuck on my back. I'm a saint, so you can trust me.
Yeah, you.
That's too funny. Why, thank you. Well, you'll be first, dear soul. Have a seat. I'm asking and intending that your spirit guides are going to bring through some vibrations for you. Everything's coming together for you.
Yes.
So, did I miss anybody? Oh, yes, everyone on Zoom. Okay. So, this is for everyone on Zoom. Breathe that in. That tune is actually the tones of Christ consciousness arriving on earth through you. So consider yourself, everyone is now a Holy Grail carrier. Throughout time, man has searched for what? The Holy Grail. This is it. This is the Holy Grail. This is the promise, the mystery, the prize. So we've been through a lot, more than we know. We went through some big vibrational shifts here. We have about 20 minutes left. So right now, we decided we're not letting anybody go anywhere because it's hard to get the attention back. But we're in a moment, we're just going to stand up and shake and breathe, okay? But first, imagine, because we're in a sensitive, expanded, let's say vulnerable state. And until we've mastered the 70 puzzle pieces and can hold it where we can walk through the lepers or be untouchable, we need a protective mechanism. And so this is the last part of the Be the Light. Imagine that you have a beautiful golden resilient egg. Why resilient? So everything bounces off. If I walk through the room and the news is on, I see it bouncing off. If I see somebody saying something negative, I see it bouncing off. I don't want to embody that. Thoughts have vibration, a vibrational form. I'm not taking that in and digest it. No. So imagine right now that you have a beautiful golden resilient egg and it's transparent and it's semi-permeable. Why? Because we don't want to be separate from other humans, but we want to be in discernment. We can always, we're overflowing. Our hearts are now these holy grails of bubbly, effervescent love from source. Can never run out of it. It's resourceable, or what's that word? That's a new word for it. But we can always send unconditional love out. We can be more pure and present without people in our field that we want to love. If we're in this place, sending them love, connecting heart to heart. But projections, agendas, assumptions about us, old stories bounce right off. So that's the last part of that. So let's go ahead and stand up for a moment and integrate this in our body. And you can do this if you want, but it's really fun. You can raise your arms and laugh on the way down. 3 times, do it 3 times. And the 3rd time. That was my Halloween laugh. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do now. Yes, exactly. So go ahead and have a seat. And we were both thinking, you are intuitive, that you might have some questions, or people can type in questions on the Zoom. Is there any questions about how this works? Yeah, come back down, bring your bubble back down in your seat, in this body now. And I'll tell you, I heard someone say, can I walk around like this? Feeling, of course you can. In fact, think how free you are to love people and to be present and to not worry about anything. Why? Because you can open it up and shift it. You completely have the tools to live your life for your joy and to be effusing light all the time. This simple process. Ask and intend to set a sacred space. Deep breath through the nose, out through the mouth. And that's important. Through the nose, out through the mouth, because it sets your body up for physiological change. That's science. I ask and intend to set a sacred space. I remove everybody else. I call in my spirit guides. I open it up, let it rip. No, you make the intention of what you want to get rid of. Jealousy, confusion about something. Get rid of it. Goes right back out into the universe, those particles for a new creation. And then you ask for a new vibration. So if you have a question, you have to raise your hand. Otherwise, I will keep talking. Any questions? Or sometimes people have an experience that they want to share that is relatable to the entire group of what we just went through. A question, a confusion,
Not confusion, just a recognition of your presence, your being, your energy, who you are, what you're doing here, why we're here. It all makes sense to me, and you seem so familiar. You just.
Do you want to know why? Because, this is where I get into the bigger picture. A call was made out to source from concerned universal and galactic beings that Earth was going offline. This beautiful little new planet with free will on the edge of the multi-universes was doing herself in by free will. And the creator said, well, I need volunteers to go. The call was put out. I actually had a fellow walk up my stairs, have a session with me, and he started crying. He said, I told my parents when I was 4 years old that I put the call out to the multi-universes to come save Earth. So I can't make this stuff up. I have learned over a period of time, when I say that you're a visitor here and we are a team, and you come from a specific star system. So as a cheerleader, you all have to trust me. So I have visited different systems and I work with you in your sleep and in the etheric. Wouldn't you like to go to that talk to Unity tomorrow? And so we are a team, a telephone system above here. So we already know each other. You know my voice because I am talking as a cheerleader for the whole team, the frequencies of my voice. Now, I'm going on a year, I've been guided to go out and do month-long tours. Why? Because there are circuit boards in human form who need activation in their frequencies. So today, this work that we are doing, my frequency field is overlapping with yours, and the whole thing and everyone and Zoom has now given an entirely new envelope of light. We are whipping together the vibrational ingredients, and then we're going to bake a cake and celebrate a new Earth. So we have predestined this meeting here today. And also know this, it takes courage for me to sit up here and do this and to say these things. But I have to do it or I'm not happy. I'm a cheerleader. And the first time we met, I remember thinking, oh, there's such a familiarity. But I was in my Jan human personality then. So there's a little bit, But when I sit here now, I've opened. So I'm able to come in and meet you at your divine self and your physical ears to create some integration for more commitment, awareness, and support for the overall. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. See, you're in the right place doing the right thing, and I'll come hear you speak sometime. When you know your puzzle piece, and I'm sure what do you love to do?
I love to speak truth, and it mostly comes through poetry.
Yes. Poetry has all these points of light, and that's what I was feeling with you, Eva. When you write or speak it, little sparks will go out. Before you were born, you contract with a certain number of people to activate. Mine is 3,300. Did you have a question over
We
here?
have a question on Zoom. And Joel, would you like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Yes. Yeah, I just have a question about intentions. For me, I kind of have it line to line with the prayer, kind of like what powers in prayer is just faith. So I wanted to know what empowers an intention. Is it just law? Is it just by you just saying, I state this to be true, so therefore it is? Or is it just, okay, well, I'm asking for this and I'm hoping it works, or I'm hoping I gain assistance with this?
Well, it's energy. And when you intend to do anything and do it, you put something in motion. So unfortunately, most of the time as humans, we're doing habitual things, our intention. So when you're isolating a thought to put something into motion, we want it to be pure, we want it to be specific, and we want it to have meaning for us and goodness. Now, people can make an intention, oh, I want to have lots of money. That may not be the next trajectory in your spiritual path. Rudolf Steiner said, humans got it all wrong about free will. Free will is to follow your spiritual path and have things unfold for you in the universe to meet you, or you can go in cul-de-sacs all the time. So sometimes the law of attraction and these different new age people, they say, well, you just intend it, you affirm it. You have to actually work with divine energy, break it down. Simple. Is what you're intending in line with you polishing truth, beauty, love, goodness, and the 3 O's within yourself? Or is it just trying to get ahead with ego and win some material prize in this society? So that's kind of, for me, the litmus test when I intend. What is the final outcome? Otherwise, the intention is muddied with human grasping, attachment, and your old story. Does that help, Joel?
Yes, it does. I have found that like the more pure something is, the more it is for like the greater collective, the faster it does tend to occur. So I guess that's good proof right there. So thank you.
Because it's higher vibration and things tend to manifest. Everything in a low vibration moves to the high vibration. They've actually filmed, now they have photography that can film very high vibrating things. And a person who's vibrating very high is in a white tunnel of light. And everyone in that room leans in energetically towards that person. And sometimes it's not the speaker in the room. Sometimes it's not the parent in the room. So if we are being that light, we can even compassionately witness and say what? Famous Jesus saying, forgive them, for they know not what they do in this moment. Any other questions? And then yes.
This came to me this morning, and it's a question that it's not really for me, but it's for everybody. Is there, well, like when we give gratitude, when we give thanks, is there a measurement of gratitude that is needed in order to be grateful?
I would say simply trusting, asking, and intending for the vibration of gratitude. And we have different levels of our ability to receive it. So I'm not sure if measurement, I'm not sure. You can always trust how you feel. How you feel. Is that what you mean? Within yourself? Am I?
I know that some people, like, when they say thank you, they may not really, like, even though they mean it, it's like immediately they forget it. And I know that action is louder than words when it comes to like giving thanks or being appreciation. But the actual, I guess, I don't know if the measurements is the right word. Does God know, or does God know that we are in the state of gratitude when we may feel like we're not?
Well, to be truthful, if someone says thank you and doesn't mean it, everybody knows they don't mean it.
Yeah.
Everyone, you can feel it's a vibration. I have another vocal program, and I can discern mentally, physically, and emotionally if the person is in alignment with what they're actually saying. The fall from grace came when man started speaking from his head, how to get control, manage, control over, versus speaking from their heart of goodness for all. So the words don't mean anything, truly. And you can measure by feeling, becoming sensitive. If a person says, thank you. It is a vibrational feel. You can feel it from their heart versus right now I need to say thank you because that's the perfunctory things humans do and they won't like me and they won't think if I'm nice. Thank you. You see the difference? Yeah, trust your feelings. So yeah, your measurement is in your gut and you just say, well, thank you. That was a good question because I really do study the voice. And part of what our team is working on is that you standing here, speaking the truth will create waves that dissipate mistruth. It's like the mother that walks in the room when all the kids have been misbehaving and she goes, her presence, her voice, everyone puts down their tools and says, finally, order, finally, sanity. That is why I do this work, so that you can stand in your homes, pulpits, churches, piano, and shift people into states of like, I feel safe with divine truth. Let's have more of this. Yeah. And then they say, well, how'd you do it? You say, oh, it's just that real simple 3-point be the light process. Well, this is a great place to end. So I thank everybody for this beautiful opportunity for me to be your cheerleader. And thank you for your presence and warmth. I thank Unity Church and this beautiful organization. So thank you very much. And I meant it. If you have an intention for chocolate, I was gifted 2 pounds of dark. So please help me out and file by and just have a chocolate. Thank you.
And people,
Thank you, Jan.
and our folks online say thank you for a beautiful 5th dimensional experience, heart and voice. Yes, thank you. Wonderful session. They are all sending their love.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
One last question.
Do we have a second?
Yes, we have 2 seconds. Go ahead.
I just have a simple practical question. Is there a place online
Yes.
where we can follow your work and
Yes. Oh, good question. Okay. Plus, I have a practice video on the Be the Light meditation where I break it down and then I take you through. So you can fast forward once you get the breakdown part. My website is called, of course, soundandlighthealingarts.com. Soundandlighthealingarts.com. I welcome you to come. It's a free Wednesday morning meditation called Be the Light. Thank you for that little commercial moment.
I ask and intend to be a light in this world, a channel of light from above. I ask and intend to be a message of grace, to fill each heart with love. I want to fill each heart with love. I ask and intend to set a secret place. I ask and intend to remove all others' energy. I ask and intend to release all impatience. I ask and intend to release all hostility. I ask and intend to release all feelings of lack. I ask and intend to release any grievances. I ask and intend to release all my pain. I ask and intend. Sing with me. I ask and intend. You can sing up here. I ask and intend. I ask and intend. And I'll say, to release all my pain. To release all my pain. Put those together. I ask and intend to release all my pain. What would you like to release? What would you like to release? Doubt. Doubt? I ask and intend to release all my doubt again. I ask and intend to release all my doubt. What else do we want to release? Resistance. Resistance. I ask and intend to release all resistance. I ask and intend to release all resistance. Guilt. I ask and intend to release all guilt. I ask and intend to release all guilt. Fear. I ask and intend to release all fear. I ask and intend to release all fear. Judgment. Oh yes. I ask and intend to release all judgment. I ask and intend to release all judgment. Impatience. I ask and intend to release all impatience. I ask and intend to release all impatience. I ask and intend to bring in a new vibration. I ask and intend to bring in a new vibration. I ask and intend, listen here, to feel completely safe. I ask and intend to feel completely safe. I ask and intend to make my body whole. I ask and intend to make my body whole. I ask and intend to live in abundance. I ask and intend to live in abundance. I ask and intend to live in love. I ask and intend to live in love. What's your affirmation? Peace. To live in peace? To be in peace. To be in peace. I ask and intend to be in peace again. I ask and intend to be in peace. Another intention? Joy. To live in joy. I ask and intend to live in joy. I ask and intend to live in joy. I ask and intend to be a light in this world, a channel of light from above. I ask and intend to be a message of grace and to fill each heart with love. I